Hello, my name is Simone Baumann. I'm the Managing Director of German Films. And German Films is the National Advisory and Information Center for the whole German film promotion worldwide. Welcome to Kino, Germany Now 2021, Discover New Talent. This is a new program we created especially for the US market, since we know that the US market has a very colorful independent segment, a lot of interested audience in independent films and European films. Kino, Germany Now 2021, Discover New Talent is a new program we created with our German Film Office in New York, what is a joint project of German Films and the Goethe Institute. And it's a film tour for art house cinemas in the US, what contains 9 feature-length films. It's for documentaries and 5 fiction films and 4 short films. These films are presenting new German cinema, films which have been in the competitions of big festivals, award-winning films. One of the 4 short films is an animation, what is representing the innovation in the German animation industry. And for the documentaries, I have to say, they are all directed by women. In general, the subject of the program is being an outsider in Germany, what could be probably also very interesting for a US audience. The program was curated by Alissa Simon, a very well-known US cinema and festival curator. We are going to present the program together with Kino Lorber, what is the theatrical distributor, and we are looking for your feedback, and we are hoping that you are going to like our program.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Stevenson. I am the Executive Director of the German Film Office, a new initiative of the Goethe Institute and German Films based in New York. Kino Germany Now includes some amazing new films from Germany that we're really excited to bring to viewers here in the US. We would love for you to explore the film selection at kinogermanynow.com and to consider these films for your theater. Please feel free to reach out with any questions. We're here to help. We're here to inform you about the films, to curate smaller programs with you, and to facilitate Q&As with the filmmakers and actors if you're interested in offering those perks to your audience. Just get in touch. To book the films, please contact our friends at Kino Lorber directly. I would also love for you to check out the German Film Office's website at germanfilmoffice.us. It's a great resource for those interested in films from Germany. We have events year-round, film series, German movie night screenings, Q&As, panel discussions, etc. And we cover both contemporary and repertory cinema. At the moment, all online and on demand, sometimes live. And in the future, we hope to be back to our beloved theaters, to our partners that we miss, of course, and to be able to present in-person events again here in New York and beyond. If you want us to keep you updated, just sign up for our newsletter. So enjoy Kino Germany Now and get in touch with questions or even just to say hi. We love emails. Thank you.
Das ist eine Klappe und Klappe.
Доволен?
Ну, в принципе, да, мне нравится.
Hello, I'm Wendy Lidell, head of the theatrical division at Kino Lorber. We're honored that German Films has asked us to distribute the 2021 edition of their annual film tour, Germany Now. and I'm delighted to say that this year's program has been curated by someone I have had the pleasure of knowing and working with for more years than I dare to admit, my good friend, Alissa Simon. Alissa is currently senior programmer at the Palm Springs International Film Festival and a programmer for the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Film Festival. She writes about films, filmmakers, and festivals for Variety and has served on many international festival juries. Alissa was named a 1999 Chicagoan of the Year for her curatorial work during her previous position as Associate Director for Programming at the Film Center of the Art Institute of Chicago. She is a member of the Chicago Film Critics Association and of the International Critics Association, FIPRESCI. So, Alissa, what went into your selection process?
It was a bit of a challenge to select the program because the mandate from German Films was to choose films without US distribution. Obviously, I was going for what I thought were the best films, but as a curator, I thought it would be interesting to have the fiction features share a through line. And indeed, 4 of them deal with foreign-born protagonists struggling to make a living in contemporary Germany, so that you can get an outsider's view of German culture and also a quest for identity on the part of the protagonists. And in a way, the 5th feature, the horror thriller Sleep, also fits this theme because it's about an outsider who discovers that a deplorable part of German culture is still alive and well in a small village and how her family history is part of it. You could say that the connecting element in the documentary section is that they're all creative works, multiple prize winners, and that they're all directed by women. And even though the stories they tell are all very different, Born in Evin and Vacancy Forever contain a search for identity similar to that you can find in the features.
Thank you, Alissa. So let's introduce the individual films. First, the features. Berlin-Alexanderplatz is based on the same novel that was the source material for Fassbinder's 1980 television miniseries. But this version updates the story, sets it in contemporary Berlin, and recasts the main character as an undocumented African immigrant.
I'm so in awe over the audacity of director Baran Karbani's neon-lit updating of this 1929 novel by Alfred Doblin. It's utterly of this moment in time, but for me, everything works. It's beautifully literary, it has shades of Shakespearean tragedy, and it's absolutely cinematic.
Okay, so let's watch the trailer for Berlin-Alexanderplatz.
Wo bist ein böser Junge?
I was a refugee all of my life. I did what I have to do. Now I got a second chance. Ich will gut sein.
This one isn't for you. Not yet.
Du willst etwas sein, das du nicht sein kannst. You want to be good in a world that is böse.
Sei nicht dumm. Du hast Potenzial.
Es ist nicht leicht, sich dem Teufel zu entziehen, wenn man ihn einmal zu sich eingeladen hat.
Noch ein Wort und ich sprich dir den Hals.
Wir sind auf einer dunklen Allee gegangen. Aber Francis ging nicht wie wir die Straße entlang.
Zieh die Scheißmaske an!
Ich meine das nicht mit.
Du tust, was ich dir sage.
Ich möchte mir jemanden vorstellen. Eine gute Freundin von uns.
Weißt du, was mein Geheimnis ist? Ich bin nicht aus Zucker. Ich bin aus Marmor. Liebe.
Liebe.
Diese Leute, die sind nicht das Richtige für dich.
Musst du mir mal vorstellen, ein Engel.
Oder willst du ewig von mir verstecken?
Wir sind 2. Den einen, den ich so sehr liebe. Und einer, der alles kaputt macht. Der liebt mich nicht. Er liebt den Tod. Er wollte gut sein.
Polizei! Stehen bleiben!
Aber man hat ihn nicht gelassen.
Warum hast du mich hier mit reingezogen?
Um dir zu zeigen, wer du bist.
Next, we have Gypsy Queen, about a struggling single mother played by the Roma actress Alissa Simon, who hopes to make it big in the boxing ring. It premiered at the 2019 Tallinn Black Nights Film Festival and was also showcased in the Hamburg and Istanbul film festivals.
Gypsy Queen is a touching drama that the charismatic actress Alissa Simon really punches to another level. Indeed, she won multiple awards for her performance here, including most notably the 2020 German Screen Actor Award for Best Actress. Anyone who liked Million Dollar Baby should enjoy this.
I totally agree. Our next film is Exile, a study in paranoia, centering on Jafar, a highly educated immigrant to Germany, born in Kosovo, who feels increasingly ostracized by his German co-workers. The film was co-produced by Maren Ade, who produced Tony Erdmann, and co-star Sandra Hüller, the now well-known star of Tony Erdmann. This film festival hit has been shown at the Sundance, Berlin, Thessaloniki, Zurich, Sarajevo, Sao Paulo, Seville, Haifa, and Hong Kong film festivals.
Yeah, and it's Kosovo's entry for the Oscars, the foreign Oscars this year. Exile was my favorite film from last year's Berlinale. It works on a lot of levels. It's about workplace politics, about a disintegrating marriage, a man who starts to wonder if he's losing his mind. The acting, cinematography, production design, and sound design are all amazing. This is real cinema.
Well, let's watch the trailer.
Für uns alle. Entschuldigung, ich saß im falschen Raum. Ich habe keine Benachrichtigung bekommen wegen der Raumverlegung heute Morgen. Ach ja?
Das kann auch tatsächlich ein Versehen sein, ne?
Guten Tag, Stöcker Muckenhoff.
Guten Tag, Jaffa König.
Entschuldigung?
Jaffa König.
Herr Krösio?
Genau.
Wir haben verschiedene Hintergründe. Manche von uns kommen aus anderen Ländern.
Geschlossene Gesellschaft heute.
Manche von uns aus anderen Kulturkreisen. Alles gut?
Hey.
Sie. Wo kommen Sie noch mal her?
Man macht sich lustig über meinen Namen. Ich werde schikaniert.
Das kann auch tatsächlich ein Versehen sein, ne?
Gut, gut. Wir haben verschiedene Hintergründe.
Hatten wir Besuch?
Sie. Wo kommen Sie noch mal her?
Waren Sie noch nicht bei mir?
Wo kommen Sie noch mal her? Alles gut?
Geschlossene Gesellschaft heute.
Wo kommen Sie noch mal her?
Nice. Moving on. I Was, I Am, I Will Be, from former Student Academy Award winner Ulker Çatak, starts as a simple green card story when a Kurdish soldier turned dishwasher and gigolo marries an independent German airline pilot. The film premiered at the 2019 Munich Film Festival, where it won the Best Screenplay Award, and its co-star was named Best Actress, an accolade she also won at the Bavarian Film Awards that year.
I Was, I Am, I Will Be was a total surprise for me. I love humanist dramas, and I especially love films that challenge stereotypes and expectations, which this one does in an entirely convincing way. I think this could be the sleeper hit of the series.
Speaking of sleep, dreams and life merge in our last feature, called Sleep, about a woman, once again played by Sandra Hüller of Tony Erdmann fame, who is plagued by horrific dreams. It premiered at the 2020 Berlin Film Festival and was shown in this year's virtual Chicago Festival.
Probably the less said about Sleep, the better, because it's full of surprises and I don't want to spoil them. But you don't see many German directors combining psychological horror, folklore, and German history in the way that Michael Venus does. I'd say this is an ideal title for late night slots, and it should appeal to college age audiences.
Indeed. So now on to nonfiction storytelling. In her first film, Born in Evin, German-Iranian actress Mariam Zari, seen in Christian Petzold's films Transit and Undina, chronicles the circumstances of her birth inside one of the world's most notorious prisons, Evin prison in Iran. Named Best Documentary at the 2020 German Film Awards, this film was also shown at Hot Docs, IDFA, and the Berlin Film Festival, where it won the Compass Perspective Award.
I think Born in Evin is touching and fascinating. The director's personal story is both particular and universal. She wants to understand the trauma in her background, but her parents are reluctant to explain, so she has to do a lot of detective work. The most moving moments for me were when she talks to other young women that were also born in Evin prison.
I can't help but notice the parallels with how many Jewish families grapple with the legacy of the Holocaust.
Exactly.
Yeah. From Iran to Russia then. Garage People takes a look at an unusual Russian phenomenon in which people, usually men, take refuge in small garage spaces where they can truly express themselves. The film premiered at the 2020 Berlin Film Festival, where it won the Heiner Corral Prize, and then it played at Doc Aviv, CPH Docs, and the Sarajevo Film Festival, where it won the Audience Award.
This is an observational documentary which brings you to a far distant place and introduces a particular little-known practice, the use of the garages, and it does it with striking cinematography that really makes you feel the specifics of its far north location.
Next is Economia, which asks a simple question with a not so simple answer. How is economic value or money created? Filmmaker Carmen Losman interviews executives from top European companies who attempt, at times with comic effect, to answer her questions. The film premiered in the Berlin Film Festival's Forum section and was shown in the Zurich Film Festival and CPH Docs.
Like the National Public Radio show Planet Money, this documentary takes complicated financial concepts and puts them in layman's terms. Not only does the director make it possible for most right-brained people like me to understand the economic relationships between debt and money, but she finds clever and beautiful images to bring her points home.
Let's look at the trailer for Economia.
Die erste Frage, die man sich natürlich stellen muss, wie kommt Geld in die Welt?
Yeah, how would you say that?
Fragen Sie nochmal, damit ich die Frage wieder...
Das ist eine gute Frage.
Man lernt nicht, wie das Geldsystem funktioniert. Und es ist nicht nur so, dass man es nicht lernt, sondern man lernt es falsch.
Diese ökonomische Wissenschaft dient der Verschleierung von Macht. Viele Leute denken heutzutage, es gibt eine feste Geldmenge und die zirkuliert einfach nur und wird entsprechend ins Spiel gebracht. Und das ist aber nicht unser System.
Dann kam die Finanzkrise und auf einmal passierten Dinge, die man sich nicht mehr erklären konnte.
Das gesamte Vermögensvolumen, die wir verwalten, ist knapp unter 1,5 Milliarden Euro. Nicht Milliarden. Billionen.
Das Dilemma für mich ist, Profit ist eine zwingende Triebkraft für wirtschaftliche Aktivität.
Die nächste Trillion Dollar wird mit Daten verdient werden.
Wer kollabiert zuerst? Unser Ökosystem Erde oder der Kapitalismus? Jeder, der genauer hinschaut, weiß, dass das alles nicht funktioniert.
Our last documentary is Walk and See Forever, which chronicles the intimate history of one fascinating family using an extensive archive of letters, photos, home movies, and first-person recollections. Named Best Documentary at the 2020 Bavarian Film Awards, the film also won the Compass Perspective Award at the 2020 Berlin Film Festival.
Like Born in Evin, this is a personal documentary about identity. The US-born director traces 4 generations of her matriarchal line and their connection to their Bavarian home on Lake Walchensee. And along the way, it takes in the zeitgeist of the 20th century, including the World Wars, visits to the San Francisco Bay Area during the Summer of Love, ayahuasca ceremonies in Mexico, travel to Indian ashrams, and even Rainer Langhan's Commune 1 in Berlin.
Indeed. The documentaries in this program take the viewer around the world, from Germany to Iran and Russia to California. Yet, last but not least, at least when you add up their running times, is our program of German short films called Power Games. Just a Guy, Land of Glory, Mazel Tov Cocktail, and Top Down Memory have been shown in over 50 festivals amongst them and won over a dozen awards. The program explores themes of worldwide radicalization and extremist tendencies, and the phenomenon that history seems destined to repeat itself.
You could certainly say that the Shorts program embodies the Discover New Talent subtitle of the program. These are filmmakers I fully expect to hear from again in the years to come. In fact, when I was watching the shorts, some of them are so good that I wanted to give them money to make features.
In closing, I would just like to say that the 10 programs in this series are available to festivals and theaters immediately, and that they can be booked individually or as a package. Please contact me or Chris Wells at Kino Lorber. Thank you. Thank you, Alissa.
Thanks, Wendy.
Das ist eine Klappe und Klappe.
Доволен?
Ну, в принципе, да, мне нравится.
I hope that you like the trailer and that maybe you are a little bit surprised and you want really to see our films. You can book this package with all the films, you can book individual films, you can screen the films in the theaters or in the virtual screening rooms at home as you want. And we are really looking forward to your reaction. And to get more close to the German filmmakers, we also will have Q&A sessions what you can book. So it makes it maybe a little bit more personal. So we are really looking forward, and Germany is just around the corner. So let's keep in touch. All the best.